Hello, hello, hello. Welcome this afternoon for another 10, 15 minutes of the Liberian Diaspora Equity Fund. We come in once a week. We will do more. Once our Facebook page goes live, we're going to be doing more of these. We try to do these once or twice a week just to bring a message to you. It is every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are going to come to you, bring a brief message regarding the Liberian Diaspora Equity Fund. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ensu Opadwalu, and I'm the president and CEO of the Liberian Diaspora Equity Fund. Our intent here is very simple, is to find a way that we can raise $25 million to effectuate some change in the country. We're talking small-scale manufacturing. We are talking about finding ways to pull our resources here in America to be able to invest into Liberia through collaborative effort. Like I said, we are looking at several different industries. We are looking at cassava consolidation, for example. We are looking at a large-scale rice farming. That's what we are looking at. We are looking at investing into large-scale fishing farming. We are looking at the agro business. We are looking at juicing operations. We are looking at building warehouses across the country to be able to store our goods and prepare our goods for the American or maybe the European market. We are looking to scale up in the country where Liberian diaspora can have a voice in the country through the industry. This is what we are looking to do. The corporation is raising its money. People have been asking a lot of questions. And like I said, I will come in once in a while to come and answer these questions. This should have been linked to Facebook, my personal page. But my page currently is suspended till the 28th by Facebook. So we will send a message there. I cannot go live on the page. It will actually be able to go live after the 28th, but I will also share this to the platform. Now, what is a corporation is about? The corporation is something that I thought about for a very long time, and I'm sure thousands of Liberians that live in a Western country, even back home, have thought about this, is to find a way that we can pool our resources, collaborate with that effort, come together, form something, and be able to invest in the country. This is exactly what we are trying to do. We have begun raising the money. If you watch the intro video, all the information is there. The beginning of the video, all the information is there. At the end of the video, I will also play a quick 35, 40 seconds. All the information that you need to access the site is also there. But the website is www.liberiandiasporaequityfund.com, all one word together. Our direct number here to the office is 774-578-1963. That's the number to call in. That's the number to call us directly. If you have any question regarding what we are doing, like I said, the intent here is to pull our resources, find our best and brightest minds to be able to invest into the country and hopefully bring some change to the country. Remember, every single opportunity that I get, I will come and explain to you. In fact, on the website, we will actually post there as well. But at the end of this video, we're having our first live in-person presentation regarding the Liberian Diaspora Equity Fund. You can go to Eventbrite and purchase your ticket right now. All the information is there. You can call me too with the same number. All the information will be on the video, the 30, 45-second video that plays before and after this presentation. You can just go through and take a look at what we intended to do is to have an in-person presentation to be able to explain to our people what this is about. Remember, singularly, is to pull our resources to raise $25 million. That's the primary duty we have to do here, is to raise $25 million. And then we pull those resources. Now, the money as it's being raised is going into a trust. It goes into a bank account. The money cannot be touched for the first 1 to 2 years. Hopefully, we raise the money within 1 year. But the things are very slow. I've explained this to you guys before. It costs money to raise money. It costs money to raise money. It costs anywhere from 10 cents to 90 cents to raise $1. Raising money is not cheap. It's extremely expensive. But, you know, we don't have seed money. This is what we need to be able to hasten the process to raising this money. And our job is to continue to push. We reach out to the government. of Liberia to see if they are interested in becoming an investor in a way where they can come up with the seed money, and then we can be able to hastily raise this money. We've spoken on a few platforms, and some of you guys have heard what we intend to do. There are a few people. We are pushing $40,000 now that have been processed. Some of the money that were being returned initially, those monies went back to those people. We are asking them to reach back out to us. Some of your banks did not have Zelle. We would say reach back out to us so we can be able to process those for you and to be able to raise this $25 million. Remember, your money is not going to a charitable organization. This is a for-profit venture. I repeat, this is for-profit. The goal is to pool your resources. We can find a lucrative venture in Liberia that we all scrutinize. We'll have the experts scrutinizing whatever venture, and then we can explain it to the Liberian people. So if rice mechanization is chosen and we decide to say pull $10 million towards rice production, we come back to the shareholders, we explain this to them. If they approve, we put that money towards rice production. As we make money into rice production, the share price will grow. Now, the share price is currently $90 per share. It's going to cost you a total of $100, the $10 for processing fee. People have asked in the past, what is the fees going to be used for? The fees are used to keep the lights on. It's used to print your certificate. It's used for the ink. It's used for postage. It's used for paying regulatory requirements and fees. All of those are documented, and all of those will be presented to the shareholders. Everybody will have a chance to make sure they go through everything we do. The goal is to keep it as open as possible so we can be able to explain to our people exactly what we are doing. All your money will be 100% accounted for. This money is not money that's going to be touched by me or the CFO, Asiva Tukwa, or the Chief Operating Officer, Fatima Abina Salif. This money is going to go into a trust. A board of directors is going to be set up, and we are going to do this. Now, somebody called me today and said, Mr. Dwally, you will have some difficulty raising this money, but if you have some foreigners, you get some people that don't look like you, and you put it in front, Liberian people will rush and be willing to invest into this. We might consider it. because we are willing to do whatever it takes to raise this money. We might entirely consider that, because I understand sometimes our people hesitate to some extent to trust their own kind. This is not just unique to the Liberian community, by the way. It's rampant in every other community, but it baffles. I mean, it really bothers me that we cannot trust us if we can be vetted and we meet all the basic requirements that anybody else would meet to be able to raise this money amongst ourselves. Because this is what I believe. I believe wholeheartedly that if we can raise this money based on our own techniques, our own methods, our own ingenuity, we now can say, you know, we did this. We did this together. And I believe it sends a powerful message to the next generation that they too can do this amongst themselves. It shouldn't take somebody coming from outside before somebody can say, you know what, now I trust that person to do this. They're human beings just like the rest of us. But I want you guys to understand the cooperation is here for every single one of us. Some of the questions that I've gotten in the past was, Mr. Dwalu, if you do this money, if we raise this money, why if you go to the country and the government in charge does not like you because perhaps you criticized them in the past? I've answered that question, but I will say this to you. I don't think any government who sees a corporation that is owned by thousands of Liberians that are providing jobs, that are building industries in the country, that are paying massive amount of taxes to the government, is going to try to destroy the organization. And the person responded, you don't know Liberians. They would just destroy it for the sake of destroying it. I don't want to believe that. I believe we can rise above our pettiness and can try to aspire to something bigger. But we are not naive by the same token. We will position ourselves to make sure we are not easily destroyed by somebody who just want to destroy an organization that's helping thousands of Liberians for the sake of destruction. Look, I'm going to say this to you guys. I understand people's hesitation and the issue of risk and saying, you know, nothing good can come from Liberia. I hate to believe that. I don't want to believe that. This self-fulfilling prophecy that we cannot amount to anything will continue to hurt us. I repeat, this self-fulfilling prophecy that we put upon about ourselves, that nothing good can come from Liberia, we will continue to carry ourselves in that faction, that nothing good can come from Liberia. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to listen to me carefully. We have to do this. We have to do this as a people. We have to do this. Look, if you want the government to truly change in the direction that you want, short of buying weapons, short of taking a coup to the country, short of taking a civil war to the country, you have to organize better. And through the organization, you have to come with a one fist, and you have to strategize to be able to have some economic influence in the country. Through influence, you can redirect the government in the direction that you so desperately want. But if the issue is there is risk in Liberia, so I'm not going to take my $1,000 and put it towards Liberia, then I would say to you, my brother or sister, there is risk everywhere. There is risk everywhere. And we have to do something to transform our country. We cannot just continue to celebrate other people's country and say, you know what, wrong? Look what the Ethiopians are doing. Look what the Ghanaians and Nigerians are doing. Liberia just so far behind, and yet we are not willing to commit to elevating Liberia. We are not willing to commit to promoting Liberia. We are not willing to commit to strengthening Liberia. We are not willing to commit to making sure the recent college graduates go to work, to perfect their skills, to improve the human capital in the country, to be able to build industries across the country that are controlled and managed by Liberians. This is doable. If we believe that we cannot do this, what's the point of going to school? What's the point of majoring in those degrees at the University of Liberia or AME Zion University or Methodist University or the Tubman University, SDA University? What's the point of that? There is no point if you believe we can amount to nothing. If you believe that we can amount to nothing, what's the point? What's the point? These graduates must be given an opportunity to perfect their skills. And the only way they can do that is through the industry. If everybody believes that the government is the only opportunity for employment in the country, and this is sufficient, and we all going to settle for this and say, listen, the government is the only place. I'm not going to worry about the private sector, to build a private sector, to expand the Liberian economy, then we have already conceded defeat. That defeat cost a lot. It cost the future of our children. It caused heavy burden to the Liberian family. In fact, it hastened the dissolution of the Liberian family. It caused Rayleigh to be more dirty. It caused Douala to be more chaotic. It caused bad sewage across the country. It costs a lot more than you think it cost. It costs a lot of money for us not to do anything. It costs a lot of lives. It costs a lot. If we do nothing, it's going to cost more. Then I've had the argument, and some people say, well, Mr. Dualu, I already live in America. I live in Europe. I live in Australia. I don't want nothing to do with Liberia. That's an argument. I don't have a great response to the argument. If you've chosen that you would never go back to Liberia, that because your children were born here, you have no reason to look to the country, everybody makes his own decision. But I will say this to you, my brother. You are not Liberian because you were born in Liberia or because you have a lineage to Liberia. You're Liberian because Liberia was born in you. This isn't Becky, the former South African president, who said this. You are not Liberian because you were born in Liberia. You're Liberian because Liberia is born in you. It doesn't matter where you go, you are Liberian. You can choose not to turn back to the country under any circumstance. I'm not going to fight you over the argument because this is a decision you've taken. There's nothing wrong with that. But I want to say this to you. We're going to say this to you, and we're going to tell you, say, listen, our country needs her sons and daughters to look back to her so we can elevate what is Liberia. Liberia needs all her sons and daughters. And I'm going to appeal to those people who say unequivocally that Liberia, nothing good can come from Liberia. Let me tell you why nothing good comes out of Liberia. Nothing good comes out of Liberia because we have accepted the fact that Liberia will remain in her current position. That nothing good will come from Liberia because this is what we have believed, this is what we've promoted, this is what we've protected, and this is what we've championed. The reason why nothing good can come out of Liberia is because this is what we've chosen for Liberia to be. This is a self-fulfilling prophecy that I speak about because we've prophesied that Liberia will remain in her current state until we all die, until kingdom come. But this can change because I've seen the change for so many other countries. From the great Rwanda to the Chinese we champion today, we celebrate today, to the Singapores of the world, to you see these great countries, to the South American countries that are transforming their locations. At one point, they also conceded defeat. Most recently, El Salvador um, was a country in total chaos. Total chaos. In fact, I'm going to leave El Salvador alone. I'm going to bring it right back to Burkina Faso, as we're seeing today with Ibrahim Traore, what he's doing to that country. The massive development in the span of 2 years, this young man is literally transforming his country. When somebody tells you that it cannot be done in Liberia, I want them to look around them. A lot of people are doing it. I understand the government has a massive role to play, but the private sector, Liberia's sons and daughters who have been blessed to come to a Western country, equally have a role to play. The Liberian Diaspora Corporation has a massive role to play. The question that I will pose to you all is this: are you going to join us to play this role together to elevate our country? Are you going to join us, or are you going to stay by the wayside and say, you know what, I'm just going to watch and see? There are no guarantees. We are not promised tomorrow. None of us are. None of us is promised tomorrow. I will tell you this: we are not promised tomorrow. Whatever we have to do to promote the elevation of Liberia must be started today. It must be hastened today, because our children must occupy a better Liberia than we did. And in order for us to create a better Liberia, we must start now. We must make the commitments now. We must implement the strategies now. We must take the pains now, and we must input our own little resources to be able to elevate our beloved country. Look, I will continue to say this to you, and I will continue to come to you every Saturday. And the more opportunities I get to go to all the platforms, I'm going to go there. And I will continue to say this to you: join us. Join the Liberian Diaspora Corporation, and let's build something together. Let's promote Liberia, and let's do everything we can to elevate Liberia. Let's protect our heritage. It is okay to run to India for medical treatment, but it's far better if the Johnson F. Doe Hospital up in Bone County is elevated, or up in Nima County is elevated and brought up to standard, where the same surgeries that are being performed in India is performed at home. The Liberian Diaspora Corporation can do this. Eventually, we can build the Liberian Diaspora Hospital in the country. Through this fund, we can build the Liberian Diaspora University. We can build the Liberian Diaspora Bank. We can build factories across the country with collaborative effort. But I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to continue to appeal to Liberians from across the globe. If you watch this video, I'm going to challenge you. Please help me do your part. Share to as many people as you can, and say to them that our country is dying. And we must bring leadership back to Liberia. The diaspora has a massive role to play. We must set aside our political bickering, our tribal infightings, our differences, our likes and dislikes that divide us. We must come together and do something that elevates the country. And I'm going to ask you to join me. We got an upcoming event. It's going to be on this video that I'm about to play. Check it out. Go on the website. Go to the Eventbrite. Get a ticket. Come and join us. Let's talk about Liberia. Let's talk about ways to improve the conditions in Liberia. Let's talk about ways to be able to buttress the government's effort. Let's talk about ways to bring Liberian expertise back to the country. Remember, the fund aims to achieve 4 simple objectives. 4. Number 1, primarily, is to make our shareholders money. Is to make sure whoever buys share, the money is increased. Primary is to make our shareholders money. Secondarily, is to create massive amount of jobs across the country through enterprise, through investing in various different ventures across the country that are profitable, that we are going to monitor very closely. Number 3 is to have economic influence in the country by developing something that we control. Number 4 is to bring Liberian expertise back to the country so we can be able to truly develop. I'm going to ask you to join us to help elevate Liberia. Help me share this platform when you come to our YouTube page. As you watch the show, let's continue to talk about Liberia. As always, my name is Ensu Opadwalu, and we are asking you to join us for the Liberian Diaspora Corporation. Thank you. It was a pleasure as always.